Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to being genuinely well-informed. Today, we're tackling a big one. We've gone through a stack of sources on a really influential framework, and we're here to pull out the absolute key insights just for you. So, yeah, get ready to maybe see things a bit differently. Our focus is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's based on that foundational work by Franklin Covey, the #1 best-selling business book. It's had this huge lasting impact. Foundational stuff for millions, truly.
Absolutely. And our mission today really is to dig into why. Why these human skills, these principles, even now, with AI and tech accelerating like crazy, why are they still so critical? Maybe even more critical now for success personally and in organizations. It's a framework people trust worldwide, and there are solid reasons for that.
Okay, let's jump right in there because, well, it might seem a bit backwards, right? With tech automating everything, why are we talking about human skills? Shouldn't we be all in on like digital stuff?
Yeah, that's the key question, isn't it? Look, technology is fantastic at crunching data, optimizing tasks. But the 7 habits, the course itself, it gives you these essential human skills that AI just, well, it can't replicate. Things like emotional intelligence, real proactive problem solving, the kind that sees things coming, and self-leadership, guiding the way. These aren't just soft skills. They're fundamental for organizational success, for real growth at every level, especially now with how workplaces are changing. Tech tells you how fast you can go, but humans still decide where to go and why.
Right, that distinction is really important. So, central to this whole thing is the maturity continuum. You mentioned it's journey dependence, then independence, finally interdependence. How tough is that journey in reality for people, for teams? Do you see common places where they get, stuck?
Oh, it's definitely a journey. And yeah, like any big shift, there are challenges. But the rewards are, well, immense. Each habit is rooted in these universal principles, and the practices are designed specifically to guide you step by step along that path. I'd say the biggest sticking point, often, is really getting the private victory. Mastering yourself first. You can't skip that step. You need that before you can really achieve the public victory, which is all about effective collaboration. You just can't be truly interdependent if you haven't nailed some level of independence and self-mastery first.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And it sets up this private victory nicely. It's all about that personal mastery, laying the groundwork inside yourself. So maybe think about this for yourself listening. How often, when you start something, a project, whatever, how often do you really define what success looks like before you jump in? It seems so basic, but maybe easily missed.
Oh, absolutely. It's so easy to miss. And that brings us right to habit 1. Be proactive. We're swimming in information. It feels like we're constantly reacting. Being proactive means taking responsibility,
Hmm.
saying, okay, I own this. It means focusing your energy where you actually have influence,
Yeah.
making choices deliberately, taking initiative, not just letting things happen to you or letting algorithms decide your priorities. It's about choosing the human problems you are best placed to solve.
Right. Taking control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And building right on that is habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. This is about defining success clearly. What does done look like? What does good look like? And then making a real plan to get there. And you're right, things change fast. So the end in mind isn't always some rigid 10-year plan.
Yeah.
It could be clarity for the next hour, the next project, or, yeah, the general direction for your life. It's like your internal compass, adaptable but clear.
Your North Star. I like that.
Precisely.
Hmm.
And then comes habit 3. Put first things first. So you're proactive, you know where you're going, now what? This habit is about execution. Prioritizing. Dedicating your time, your energy to what truly matters most to achieve those goals you set in habit 2. It's discipline focus, especially when, everything feels urgent. Emails, notifications, AI dashboards. This helps you cut through the noise and focus on genuine importance, not just urgency.
Yeah, you really see how those first 3 knit together, don't you? Be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first. It's like building this internal engine for effectiveness before you even sort of engage outwardly.
That's a great way to put it. Internal strength and clarity.
Okay, so you've achieved, or you're working on, that private victory. Then you move towards the public victory.
Right.
This is all about collaboration, synergy with others, which raises the question, how do we build those really strong relationships? The kind that let us achieve more together than we ever could alone, especially now when together might mean with people and with technology, with AI tools.
Yeah, that's the next layer. And it leads us straight to habit 4. Think win-win. This is an attitude, really. Looking for ways in any interaction, any situation, where everyone involved can come out ahead. It's about mutual benefit, not scarcity, not I win, you lose.
Yeah.
Thinking about AI, This could mean designing systems where humans and AI truly work together, symbiotically,
Right.
where both benefit. It's moving past any kind of us versus them thinking, person to person, or even person to tech.
Finding that mutual gain.
Exactly. Then, habit 5 is crucial for that. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is probably one of the most powerful communication habits there is. It means really listening. Listening not just to reply, but to genuinely understand the other person's perspective, where they're coming from, honoring that. Then, having the courage to state your own views clearly and respectfully. In our world of quick texts and emails, this is, well, it's maybe more vital than ever. Taking that time to truly understand prevents so many problems.
Misinterpretations fly so easily otherwise.
They really do. And then, rounding out the public victory is habit 6. Synergize. This is where, like, 1 plus 1 equals 3 or 10 or 100. It's the magic. It's about truly valuing differences, leveraging diverse perspectives, different human viewpoints, different ways of thinking, even different technological capabilities. Using all of that to solve problems, to innovate, to get results that are way beyond what any single person or even a single algorithm could manage alone.
Creating something new, something better from the combination.
Exactly. Solutions that transcend the sum of their parts.
You know, when you lay it out like that, the power of these interpersonal habits, it's really clear. It's not just about doing your job well in isolation. It's about being exceptionally good at working with others, human or otherwise, to create something bigger.
That's the essence of the public victory.
Okay, so we've covered personal mastery, we've covered collaboration.
Hmm?
But there's one more. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. This feels like the one that maybe gets forgotten. Continuous self-renewal. I mean, personally, life gets busy, right? When did you last consciously think about your routines for just staying sharp, maintaining energy, motivation?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. It is often overlooked, but it's absolutely critical. That's habit 7. It's about consistently investing in yourself, boosting your motivation, your energy, your vitality. And doing that consciously, making time for renewal across all dimensions, physical, mental, emotional, even spiritual or values-based renewal. This isn't like a luxury item. It's essential. It fuels all the other 6 habits. Without sharpen the saw, you eventually burn out. Your effectiveness drops. You just can't sustain the other principles. It's the foundation for long-term high performance.
The ultimate sustainability plan for yourself.
You could say that, yeah.
So, stepping back, what does this look like in practice, in the real world? How do these principles actually translate into, tangible results for companies facing today's pressures? Where's the proof?
Right, the show me the money question. And there are some really compelling examples. Take a global food production company, for instance. They really focused on empowering employees using the 7 habits. And it wasn't just about feeling good. It drove measurable growth. It gave employees a framework to keep pushing themselves, aiming higher, consistent progress.
Okay, so empowerment led to growth.
Definitely. Or think about Mississippi Power. They were staring down massive industry change, deregulation, huge uncertainty. They embedded the 7 habits across the board, proactively building this culture of leadership and effectiveness. And that allowed them not just to cope, but actually to thrive during that major transition.
Wow, so it helped them navigate huge disruption.
It really did. Then there's XFAB. They're a big semiconductor group, very global. They needed a common language, better teamwork across different sites, different cultures. The 7 habits provided that. It helped with individual productivity, sure, but also kept everyone aligned on that end in mind, even with complex distributed work.
A common framework for a complex business.
Exactly. And one more, the Birchwood Automotive Group. They used the 7 habits to create a shared way of communicating, a shared way of doing business. And they directly linked it to transforming their culture and, importantly, increasing their profitability. Real bottom-line impact. So these aren't just isolated stories. They show how this framework helps achieve those big goals Stephen Covey talks about. Developing leaders, boosting effectiveness, building winning cultures, getting breakthrough results.
Those examples really do ground it. It's not just theory. And for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, I'm interested, how accessible is this? Is the training difficult to fit into a busy schedule?
No, they've actually made it really flexible, designed for how people learn today. There are multiple ways to take the course. You've got live in person. That's 6 sessions, about 2 hours each. There's live online, spaced, same amount of time, 620-minute sessions, but spread out over weeks or months, which is great for letting it sink in, need it faster. There's live online, concentrated, 6 90-minute sessions packed into just 2 days. And then there's fully on demand, which is 8 shorter 30-minute sessions you do anytime. Plus, all of them come with reinforcement microlearning, a participant guide, assessment tools, reminder cards, posters, all designed to make sure the learning actually sticks and gets used.
Lots of options then. That's good to know. Well, what a journey today. From personal effectiveness, the private victory, all the way to collaboration and synergy and the public victory and that crucial renewal habit. It really is this holistic approach to growth, isn't it? Personal and interpersonal. And it feels, well, incredibly relevant right now, maybe more than ever.
It does, doesn't it? And it kind of leaves you with a big question, I think. In a world that's always chasing the next new thing, the quick fix, often a digital one, what does it tell us that these timeless human principles, like the 7 habits, have stayed so relevant, so powerful for so long? What does that say about what really drives lasting success and, maybe even more importantly, fulfillment? For us as individuals and for our organizations, maybe the real cutting edge isn't just the tech, but rediscovering and applying this enduring human wisdom.
That is definitely something to chew on. A really powerful thought to end with. We hope you'll reflect on that and maybe think about which of these habits might be the next step for you in your own life, your own work,